All new at this hour, drugs, murder, and terror. It's what Colombia experienced years ago. And experts are now saying this similar situation is playing itself out tonight in Mexico. Channel 5's Gary Parker has our story.
Some world leaders, politicians, and professors are drawing parallels between Mexico and Colombia. A former Medellín, Colombia mayor spoke in Tamaulipas just last week. He gave advice to the Mexican state based on his experience dealing with drug violence. We also spoke to a survivor of the Colombian violence. 2 decades since the death of Colombian drug kingpin Pablo Escobar, the terrifying memories of the Medellín Cartel are vivid in Fabián López's mind.
Pues la vida era muy difícil, maluca, uno no tenía tranquilidad. En esa época se salía de la casa y si ibas para el centro era uno pensando que iban a poner una bomba, que alguna cosa, y en realidad mucha gente murió así.
Corruption, desperation meant no opportunities. People joined cartels and criminal groups to survive.
Mucha gente porque le tocó, porque era eso o porque era morir. Y otra gente porque se dejaron seducir por el dinero. Y usted sabe que uno cuando está jovencito piensa mucho en plata y en mujeres. Y entonces, si usted tenía moto, tenía mujeres.
Dr. Guadalupe Correa Cabrera of the University of Texas at Brownsville studies both Colombian and Mexican cartels. She says Mexico is experiencing the same magnitude of desperation, fear, and violence as Colombians did years ago. She adds Mexico is a bigger country. That's raising drug trafficking to a different level.
The situation in Mexico is much more complicated. We're talking about several drug trafficking organizations. We're talking about a very complicated relationship with the United States. We are talking about a span of time which might be longer than in the Colombian case.
She tells us Mexican cartels are more sophisticated than Colombia's.
I mean, there are paramilitary strategies going on. We see the army in the streets, and also we see a new way of doing drug trafficking. The paramilitarization of drug cartels that started in the state of Tamaulipas with the Zetas.
Lopez says Mexican cartel mindsets are the same as Colombia's. It's what he saw in Medellín. He says it's what will continue in Mexico.
La gente que consigue dinero en las drogas es malísimo. Piensan en la plata, ya no les importa a nadie, la familia de nadie. Esa era otra cosa, que usted se metía en un problema con alguien y esos pillos lo primero que hacían era tirarle a la familia. Si no le encontraban a usted, le tiraban a la familia. El que fuera, a la mamá, al papá, a los hermanos, a la hermana.
The professor says Mexico needs a strong U.S. military presence, a more overt plan similar to the U.S.'s involvement in gunning down the Medellín cartel head, Pablo Escobar. Correa tells us as long as the U.S. is not involved, the battle at the border will continue or get worse. Direct United States intervention would be a crucial element of Mexicans' war on drugs. In the studio, Gary Parker, Channel 5 News at 10.